Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, answering a question submitted by a student. The student is taking geometry, presumably, and we're asked about the whether points on a particular circle whether coordinate points lie inside or outside or on the circumference of the circle. So this is basically a word problem. So when you encounter a word problem in geometry, it's a good idea to draw a diagram. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a diagram. I can drag it up. Here we go. I'll just add coordinate axis here. That's not very, needs to be dragged down a bit. Just pull it down. There we go. That looks better. Here's another coordinate axis. Okay. So now we're told that the point -3, 3 lies on the circumference. So that has to be here. -3, 3. I think it's clear. We need to find the radius of the circle. Once we know the radius, then we can decide whether these other points lie inside the circle or not. So the radius would be found by just using Pythagorean theorem. So you have a 3 here and a -3 here. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be squared anyway. So we want to find r, the radius. So r squared is just going to be 3 squared plus -3 squared, which is 18. So r is just the square root of 18. So that's 9 times 2, 18. So that's going to be 3 rad 2. Okay, so now we're going to look at some of the other points and see whether they work. And we'll do this with another color so that we don't confuse things. So -3, -3, I think you might want to consider that as the next one. So let's look at that. I'm going to look at that also. So this is a distance of 3. That's a distance of 3. You can see that the radius here, this distance, is also going to be 3 root 2, again from Pythagorean theorem. So that's a yes. -3, 0 is right here. Let me change colors again. That is, it's right there, so that's a no. 0, 4. Well, 0, 4 is here, but I think it's pretty clear that we have to question ourselves whether 4 is on the circumference, and it's not, because here the radius is 4. So if we were to think of a point 0, 4, the radius is 4 here, and we're looking at a radius of 3 rad 2. Or if you want to think of it as, 16. So this would be inside the circle. Sorry, I drew it wrong. Okay, let me put that axis back in there. Change colors, sorry about this. Try this one more time. There we go. So if the radius was 4, radius squared would be 16, and 16 is less than 18. See, the radius squared for our circle is 18. The radius squared for this circle would be 4. And so this is actually this is 4 comma 0. Right. I mean, 0 comma 4 is here. So this is, no, it's not on the circumference. It's inside the circle, but it's not on the circumference. 3, 3 would be the next one. So I think it's pretty obvious that 3, 3 is going to be on the circle. Let's just draw it for fun. Drop this. So this is going to be 3. This is going to be 3. Obviously, the radius here is 3 root 2. So that's a yes. And then 4, 3 is the last one. Let's do that one. Well, we know that 4 is inside the circle. So we know it's like here. But I don't see how it could be up 3. As up 3 would make it too big. See, so 4 is here. If you wanted to do the math, you would just do 4 squared plus 3 squared equals 16 plus 9. So that's going to be 27. So it's going to be outside the circle. 4 comma 3 will be here. It has to have the same height as the other one. Outside the circle. So that's a no. So that's the way you would have to do it by hand on a test. If you're allowed a graphing tool, I'll just show you how quick this is. I did one on Desmos. I did a graph. I love Desmos, and I think if you're not familiar with Desmos, you should become familiar with it simply because it will be available to you on the PSAT in October, if you're taking the PSAT in October, and it will be available to you on the SAT starting March of next year. So start using Desmos a little bit. I think you'll like it. Anyway, you can see 3, 3. Let's do these in red. So negative 3. So this is, the scale is really weird. But it's definitely negative 3 is in here somewhere. And then 3 is here. So this is probably negative 3, 3. You can see it would lie on the graph and so on. I need to fix that scale up a little bit so it makes it easier to match it up. But you get the same results with a grapher. And that's about it. So I think you just, work your way through it. When I wasn't sure how I was going to do this problem until I started drawing, honestly. And so I think the main lesson here from this problem would be if you have a geometry word problem, the best thing to do is sketch a graph and then follow your instincts. Okay, well, I hope this helped you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.